All right, we're live.
Yo, man. Hey, why are you a terror on the forums, man? You've given me so many nags, man. I'm telling you, if I went through my 12,000 point nags, you've got to be at least a quarter of them, man. I'm like, I am put. I had you in my muted dungeons, man, for a minute. Then I'm like, I was like, he's all right in the podcast, man. He's all right. I mean, a little different views there. He's all right. Man. Take him off there, man. You start negging me again. Oh my god, oh my gosh, this guy's just unbelievable. But
Which
thank you, man.
which guy? Are you Digga?
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't see eye to eye on some of your posts.
Damn, so you gotta neg the man? That's like a slap in the face.
Skin. I don't know why. Some of them just get me.
That's like a slap in the face, man. You can't be doing that.
Brutal.
It's nothing personal.
Yeah. Taking his beef to the podcast. Yo.
I'm just playing. Yo, but who you if we got LeBron in, who you got in the other game? It's live now, so but I guess we can always check in.
Anybody to beat LeBron, man. Fuck that nigga.
Damn, why the hate?
I don't know, man. You know I'm a Heat fan and all.
Those are strong words.
Okay, he's heartbroken.
I'm not heartbroken. I don't mind that he left. I don't care that he left. I just...
You care that he left. You care that he left. Stop it.
No, I don't. My ultimate goal this year was just for the Heat to make. We didn't have to win a championship. We could have just made the playoffs, played them in the first round, and took them to 7 games. You know, so he could see that we got a good team here too. You know, I don't care that he left. To be honest, I just don't like the way he does business.
AKA, you heard that he left.
Nah, man. I don't think that he left.
Oh man.
He was always a mercenary. Nobody here really loved him.
I mean, he brought you 2 ships though.
Nah, man. We get those ships the way, man.
Oh wow.
I gave right.
We should have 3 if it wasn't for him.
That's disrespectful.
Yo, but that's real though, man. They had Dallas right where they want him, but LeBron didn't show up. That's why I kind of feel iffy about him. He's a good player, but that Dallas series, man, he went like a straight bitch. And my conspiracy theory is he pulled up blame and started not playing because Wade had such a hot start. Wade would have won the MVP. So he was like, man, I'm not even playing. And that's my conspiracy. You call me crazy or whatever you want. But I don't understand how he just didn't understand how to play basketball.
He put that team on his back for those 2 championships, and you gonna sit here and talk bad about that, man? That's disrespectful.
Hey, guy.
I thought the refs won those games.
That's what I was hearing too, right?
I don't think he's ever been in any bad ref games, though. You know what I mean? I've seen some bad NBA game ref, though. I think those Miami Spurs series are pretty evenly called, I guess.
Okay.
They usually call the finals pretty good, but I mean he's a little bit of a prima donna to me. Like, you the biggest dude on the court, you the fastest dude on the court, like, you know what I mean? And every time he gets touched, it's like this whole like show. You know what I mean? It's too much. That's what I don't like.
I mean, it's all ego. Like, it's full display, like 24/7. You know, for the public, it's pretty fucking ridiculous. Like, we get it, man. You're you're like almost the best or whatever. But come on.
He's all right. He's
He's a beast though. I think it's gonna be a good finals. I used to think that the Warriors are just gonna walk away with it with whoever they play, but I don't know. Cleveland's playing well, and LeBron is playing well. It's gonna be a good series.
How about LeBron's preseason? How about that?
Trolling on the sports? Come on, 8-8, man.
We ever come up with topics for tonight?
Yeah, we got that African Americans you don't belong threat. The 2 that also what was the one about wedding rings being overpriced? That was funny.
It's just I'm just anti. I'm not anti-marriage. I'm like, yo, that shit is it's just crazy. But the thread that I posted in the thing was like some guy paid like 10 stacks for a wedding ring, and then the wedding is gonna be like another 20, and like dude went into debt to finance it. You know what I mean? Basically hustling backwards just to fulfill the American concept of what love and marriage and commitment is. And it's just, and it really, like I said, it really hit home because a lot of my dudes that I like were my friends in college or whatever, they like getting married now. And it's just so extra. And it's like, yo, take that money and invest in a business or buy a crib or, you know what I mean? Like, use that money, take the money you were gonna spend, take that 20,000 and just give it to the newlyweds to start their new life. But to spend it on something that comes and goes is, I mean, in my mind, is kind of like counterproductive.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's individual choice, you know. I mean, I don't agree with it personally, but I mean, that's how people want to roll. I mean, I guess that's what they're gonna do. I think it's stupid.
Yo, the OP in the thread says, I'm not hating on marriage, but the idea of spending thousands on a ring is crazy. My boy spent 10K on a ring, and it put him further in debt. He already had a car, student loans, he has to pay for a wedding, buy a house, blah, 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 blah. Yo, that girl's pussy might be worth 10K. Yo, I mean, that's all him. Yo, if he want to put on 10K,
Nah, but it's
You know
really,
what? I blame him and her, man. She's stupid too. How she gonna let him do that?
or
Yeah, it is a waste of money, but I mean, if he maybe he got it, you know what I'm saying?
but he doesn't
He
have
can't
it
buy
if he went into debt to do it. That means you don't got it. You know what I mean? And like
Yeah.
I'm all about people making choices, just like A was saying. I'm all about people making choices. If you got it, live within your means. But don't, if that's something you want to choose to do, just make sure you have the capital and the resources to like do it in a way that's not going to break you. If you already got all these loans, if you got a student loan and a car note, that means you're already in debt twice for two other commitments. You know what I mean? That's already on the books. So why add to that? I don't understand why they would add to that.
The guy's probably got a mistress too on top of it. You know, he's got to pay for her apartment, her car. You know.
I mean, to be honest, perfectly honest with you, I had this conversation a lot with people like in my real life, and I think that we're too trapped into the idea that everything has to end with a committed relationship. You know what I mean? It's like there's no point. It's like if you like somebody and they like you in the Western culture, it has to go towards monogamous marriage, which is just not realistic. And the statistics support that because like half of marriages don't last, and another quarter of them, motherfuckers, is miserable. You know what I mean? So like, what does that tell you?
Are you gonna drop some new shit, new type of relationship on us, man? What is your new relationship people should?
Bro, I'm gonna tell you, my philosophy is so simple. I believe people should do what they want to do when they feel like doing it, and all they gotta do is just be upfront about it. You know what I mean? So that includes no, check it.
Oh,
That
man.
includes
Playing this back to the wife.
hold on. That includes like if I meet a girl and I want to be in a committed relationship and she wants to be in a committed relationship and we want to even take it the next step and get married, then we should do that. You know what I mean? If we choose to do that. But if one of us doesn't want it, or if one of us wants something else, at any point in a relationship, then you should have the freedom to move on. We have to get past this idea of possessing other people. We don't possess other people. They're with us because they want to be with us. And anytime you start pressuring people, it backfires.
Well, isn't that how it is now? I mean, some people might take it to extreme, but isn't that pretty much how it is?
How what
You're
is?
saying it's different. Relationships in general.
Nah, people do. First of all, I know plenty. Women want to get married and have children and have a family. Point blank. Period. Like we all know this. Men want to, on the surface, it seems, to have a lot of like relationships with a lot of different kinds of women. They want that variety. I'm of that same thing myself, so I understand. And these two worlds come into conflict, obviously. But who always ends up winning most of the time is the woman that ends up like pressuring the dude into the committed relationship, and he goes along with it because he wants to keep fucking. You know what I mean? But then it ends up spiraling out of control because for whatever reason, dude wasn't ready, so he got in the relationship, but he's but he's still cheating, and then that fucks it up, or he resents being in a committed relationship because he can't get no pussy, and that fucks it up. You know what I mean? So it's like, where you gonna go with it?
You said all this to give you an excuse for you running these streets and running these women, running in and out of their homes and making them do the walk of shame, man. You should be ashamed of yourself.
You wildin'.
Man.
You
Come on,
wildin'.
man.
I don't gotta justify. I don't gotta justify nothing. Why do I have to justify doing what I want to do? What about monogamous relationships makes it the apex of human relationships? Where did we learn that? Where did we get that from?
I don't know, 1,000 years of fucking
Religion.
human evolution. I don't know.
Nah, that's religion, man. That's religion. Me and my boy was just talking about that. I got a guy I know that just got back from Africa, and he went over there to get married, and you know he's a Muslim, and pretty much under their culture, you know, the women can only be with one man type of thing. That's where it came from. Jewish people are the same way. You can't even look at another man. The man can't look at your hair and stuff like that. Like it's all religious stuff. But it's really more catered towards or against the women, because the women can't do nothing. We can do whatever you want, to be honest.
Nah, women can do what they want to, but to be honest with you, I really feel like there's a very difference in nature. Women they really want that family, they really want that monogamy, and they like authentically want it. Dudes like kind of fake want it. No dude, can we be real for a second? No dude really wants to have sex with the same woman for the rest of his life after age like from 30 to like 80. Like, who really wants to do that? Anybody?
I mean, that's all. I mean, you're bringing in the stuff like that would depend on how a person was raised and stuff like that. You know what I mean? I mean, I don't think that's so far-fetched as you want to be with. I wish, you know what, to be honest with you, I wish I would have met somebody like 10 years ago and been with them for the rest of my life. I'd rather have that than to go out and run the streets, you know what I'm saying? But hindsight is 20/20. So, I mean, and I would, like, if I had ever a son or something, I would try and instill that on them, because it's not even worth it. Find somebody or your soulmate or whatever and just live your life, the rest of your life like that. I mean, that's how I would say it.
I'm not knocking that, and I think that for some people, and it also depends on where in your life you're at. Like right now, I'm at a different stage where 10 years from now, 20 years from now, I may be in a different stage. But that's
still
the whole
wild buck running the street.
But that's the whole point. You should be able to do what you want to do when you want to do it. And the statistics back me up, bro. Like I said, half of marriages end in divorce, right? And then another quarter of the marriages, fucking people are depressed in them. They're unhappy, but they stay with each other because of this idea of commitment. You know what I mean? Maybe like 25% of marriages are truly happy. That's 1 in fucking 4. That's clue number 1. It shouldn't be the standard. Y'all gotta really marinate on what I'm saying, man, because you gotta. These are social conditionings that we've been taught to have, programmed to have, to think that this is what a healthy relationship is looking like.
You know what? Also, man, everyone's quiet because I think for the most part we all agree with you. So you're pretty much preaching to the choir over here. But
No, man, this
speaking,
guy's talking crazy, man.
but speaking of relationships, though, I mean, how was your little dinner date last week, man?
How my what?
How was your little dinner date last week?
My dinner date? What you talking about?
Who was the one that was on a date last week that couldn't make the call? That wasn't you?
That was me.
Ah, how was that?
That was nice. Took the lady out to some dinner.
5-star restaurant, of course.
Nah, some low key in Williamsburg.
So you ain't hit that yet?
What, at least tell us what you ordered. God damn.
No,
Okay.
I had a pork sandwich.
Yeah, I was silly.
And she's like my girlfriend, so you know.
Okay.
But that's why we gotta get some more ladies on the podcast, man. 'Cause we gotta really discuss these things. You know what I mean? We gotta really discuss these things. I'm gonna tell you. I know y'all gonna be thinking I'm bugging, but I'm gonna tell you one quick story. Back in ancient civilizations, right? Back in ancient civilizations. No, listen to where I'm going with this now.
Oh, I'm listening.
back in ancient civilizations, right, especially in Africa, there were the villages and the towns were matriarch, meaning they were like led by the woman or whatever and ruled by the women. And what you would have in these situations is a village ran by women, right? They would have sex with whatever dudes they wanted to. Like it was basically like reverse what we have now. The women were in charge; they had all the power. They would have sex with whatever dude in the village they wanted to, whenever they wanted to, and they would get pregnant. But in the eyes of the village, it wouldn't even matter who the fucking father was, because the whole village helped to raise the kid. All that mattered was who the mom was, especially because the bloodline was passed down through the matriarchal lineage. And I'm saying that to say, if somebody was born into that culture, they would see monogamy. If a woman was born into that culture, she would view monogamy and a relationship as ludicrous, just as ludicrous as we view polygamy. So it's all about social context and challenging that shit and making it about what we really want to do.
Bravo.
This guy want to take his ass out in the field, be a stud, have a whole bunch of men out there. He's one of the studs.
Yo, what's wrong with you?
If he get chose for the day, you know what I'm saying?
Yo, listen, digger, listen, digger. If you want to get a nice girl settled down, bro, ain't nobody knocking that. You know what I mean? Do you? But you gonna tell me even if you settle down with that girl? Let me ask you a question.
What?
If you gonna tell me even if you settle down with this love of your life, this girl of your life, right?
Mm-hmm.
Say you a little bit tipsy one night and this fine ass chick just starts coming onto you. You could do something with her and you would never get caught. Would you do it?
Why would I do it? I don't drink, first of all, and two, I would no. If I'm in a relationship, no. Why would I?
I'm just asking. Would you be tempted?
Of course, the nigga would be tempted, but goddamn,
You're not gonna get caught, man.
I'm just asking. But my point is that why would you do, and I'm not saying you have to do this, but I'm just saying why, if you naturally want something, why would you deprive yourself of it?
Because you make another promise to another human being.
But why does you getting with another woman detract from the love that you have for your main woman?
No,
why does it detract?
Because my word is important to me. You know what I mean, if I give a promise to another human being, I expect myself to keep it. I might break that promise. You know what I mean? And I would feel bad about it. But if I make that promise, I intend to keep it. You know
no. I understand, but what I'm trying to get at is why would you even have to make that promise? You would have to make the promise because if you got with another woman, it would hurt your woman's hurt your woman's feelings, right? It would hurt your main woman's feelings, right?
Yeah, it's detrimental to a relationship.
But why is it detrimental to relationships? Is what I'm asking. Why did you have
your partners are going to be pissed off if you come in the other girl's mouth? You know what I'm saying? Or is she going to take it like that?
Why? What does what you're doing with another girl? What does that have to do with how you feel about your wife? If you hooked up with another girl, would it decrease the amount of love you feel for your wife?
No, it's not about my love for my wife. It would be her feelings that are be hurt by the deed that I did.
So why would her feelings be hurt?
I mean, you got to ask women that. I mean, of course. I mean, that's you have to ask the women that. But I mean, if you expect to be in a monogamous relationship, I would think you would get mad if you.
So let me ask you this: you would obviously be upset if your wife cheated on you, right?
Yes.
So why would you be upset?
Unless we were like swingers, then the deal's off. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be swingers or you're not swingers.
But no, I'm asking if she slept with another man while she was in a relationship with you,
right?
Why would that hurt your feelings?
Why would I want to kiss another girl? She got another dick in her mouth for like an hour beforehand.
Trust me, your girl, and I'm not trying to disrespect you, but every girl that you've gotten with has had several dicks in her mouth before. So what's the difference?
I'm talking about hour before. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, so how much time has to go by? How much mouthwash has to be in there before it's all? But do you see the point I'm getting at, man? It's the reason why we feel that we have to possess another person, and anybody else that gets in front of that or gets in the middle of that is a violation. That is a social construct. That's what I'm trying to get at.
Keep that weed you smoke away from me, man. Keep that weed, that alien OG that you be smoking. Leave that shit alone.
I'm just trying to expand your mind, brother. I'm just trying to get you to see things in a different way.
You on that dabs, ain't you? I'm fucking with. I mean, I see what you're saying. I mean, maybe society can be a little bit more open, but I have no real interest in it. You know what I'm saying? I think you shouldn't let your sexual emotions take. That's just one part of your life. You know what I'm saying? And I think sometimes in our culture it takes over a little bit too much. I think you as a human being is your path in life. You gotta learn how to control that, a little bit.
I agree with that, but at our most human state, that is a pretty big part of our life. That's what we're here to do.
Fact. That's a fact.
Oh man.
Are we here just to have sex, or are we here just to procreate, though?
You can't have one without the other.
I said I'm gonna get my enjoyment out of it.
Wow.
You guys is tripping, man.
Wow. All right. Glad we sorted that all out. Noticing a trend here. What's a relationship? Social construct. What's a white person? Social construct.
You are noticing a pattern.
Yeah, all right.
You are noticing a pattern. But that's an important pattern to realize, because we have to realize what's real and what's a social construct. Because social constructs aren't real. They're actually that's what makes them a social construct, is that we created it, and if we created it, then it's adjustable. It's malleable.
But the thing about it is that if enough people believe it, it makes it so. I mean, you can go to another country and not believe in whatever social construct they got going on over there, but since they believe it so much, they're gonna drown you out. I mean, the money that we trade for goods is fake, but we believe in it, so it's real, right?
You're describing my life every day, bro. Dealing with y'all motherfuckers and y'all social constructs, goddamn.
Guys, but in the concept of social constructs, I mean, look at what America's able to achieve using foreign policy. It knocks those constructs right out the window. Couple B-52s, you know what I mean?
Those bombs are social constructs.
What was the other topic? Let me pull this thread up.
Dropping a bomb is definitely not a social construct. That's a you gonna see it my way, or I'm gonna fuck you up.
Oh, did you see Obama had like a couple weeks ago? He sent some I think special forces in there in the Syria, like in the country.
He's sending them everywhere. Didn't they they're killing people every other day. I mean, like, special ops guys, like, one day they're in Africa, the next day they're in Syria, the next day they're in Africa again. They're fucking everywhere.
The U.S. is a military state. We are a military. We're the military, like, global police, and we use our might and our army and our navy and all that to control global politics and global resources. If you don't give it to us by economic policy or political policy, we come in and take your shit, like, straight like that. We'll overthrow your government and put somebody else at the head who wants to do business with us. That's U.S. history in a nutshell.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Nothing wrong with that.
I mean,
ain't nothing wrong with that, huh?
If it's not us, it's gonna be somebody else. So.
Yep. I'd rather be.
Jesus Christ! I cannot deal with that shit. That is literally no different than when George W. Bush dumbass used to be like, you know what? We don't want them to fuck us up, so we're gonna go fuck them up. Preemptive strike, motherfucker. You just set it off. What are you talking about? A preemptive strike? You just set it off with your actions. Well, that's the worst excuse I've ever heard.
I mean, I guess the thing is, you can, if you want to draw back to, whenever the fuck, the 70s, if you want to. I mean, terrorism and then, reactive forces by the West, it's been going on forever. So, I mean, you could bring it back before that even, the 60s, 50s. It's been going on forever. So, I mean, I don't think anybody's in the right. So, at the end of the day, just because we're there and they're not here doesn't really change anything.
But eventually we're gonna have to do it differently, though. Like we can't just keep we're on the road to self-annihilation, and that's very unfortunate for a race of intelligent beings like human beings like that we are and what we're capable of. Can you imagine if we really put our minds to creating the greatest society we could ever create and used technology and used all our intelligence and used all our resources to build a great society?
Yeah, but I mean, so America focuses on that, or the West focuses on that. What is India and China and any other state going to do?
All good things come
Russia,
to
for
an end,
instance, they seem pretty
man.
hell
It is
bent.
what it is.
They're just ready to set the revolution off so we can hit the reset button. Ain't that right?
All good things come to an end. That's just how it goes.
I mean, we got to get that. We got to get rid of that fiat currency first of all, right?
Did y'all see Mad Max?
Nah, not yet.
The movie's dope.
I hear good things.
It was good.
Yeah, it's really good.
Right.
I don't
You
know
know
if I
what?
can see it, man. The first Mad Max those two were classic to me, man. It's
No,
almost
see it.
sacrilegious,
See it.
man.
It's good. See it.
I never saw the first, and I really don't know much about what the concept of the movie is, except that post-apocalyptic, yada yada yada. But looking at the commercials for this new one, it looks like they're fighting with flaming guitars. Like, is it a musical? What's going on?
Shit's dope. That's what it is. You guys need. Everyone should see that movie.
The trailers give you no clue of what the hell the subject of the movie's about. Like, what's the topic? What's going on? What's the premise?
You just gotta see it, man.
That might be the point. I guess they figure everyone's probably seen the original, so.
Yeah. That's how lazy Hollywood's getting. I mean, it's just making these fucking remakes, man. It's just like, it's just terrible, man.
Yeah, they don't care anymore.
I mean, if it's a good remake, I don't mind.
I mean, how many good remakes have there been though?
Apparently, Mad Max was apparently one.
Alright.
You guys see that thread about the people complaining or the people in the neighborhood saying that African Americans don't belong here?
Ooh,
Yeah, I just read it quickly. I mean, that happened out on Long Island in a fucking shithole. Like, it's like, it doesn't even fucking make sense. But whatever.
That's so corny. Because I guess the letter originated from a post box from another town. I don't know. It just seems like almost like a prank. I mean, see now everything is so heightened now. A little kid could have did, like a 5-year-old could have did that. You know what I'm saying? Stuck it in the mail and like, ha ha ha. I'm gonna see my shit on the news. You know what I'm saying? But
I don't think kids know how to write letters anymore, though. You know what I mean?
It's typed up.
It was computerized. It wasn't handwritten.
I know. I mean,
you know what I'm saying? I'm like, it could have been a high school kid. You know what I'm saying? People were acting like it was the
Klan.
the Ku Klux, the Grand Dragon, and Ku Klux Klan sending it out to them.
Well, no, there's definitely no reason to get worked up about it. I mean, people write stupid shit out every day. You know, people are entitled to their opinion. You can say whatever, you can think whatever you want, you can say whatever you want. But ultimately, I mean, minorities are gonna be the majority eventually. So of course, white people feel threatened, yada yada yada. But they're gonna have to deal with it.
I mean, I wouldn't care if it was like, some online bullshit or whatever, but I mean, that's like really targeted, send something to somebody's home. I mean, even if it was a prank, I hope they find the guy, because that's scumbag shit for real.
Oh, yeah, I'm not saying it's
like a family, you know what I mean?
But I just don't, the way the people reacting like, oh, the white man trying to doing it again, how they're trying to kill us all. I'm like, you guys gotta relax sometimes, man.
I think a lot of people were offended by it though, because that was like trending and on Facebook and Twitter and whatever else.
I didn't get to read the history of it or what the reaction of it was or whatever, but I mean, couldn't it have been that the person that posted it on Twitter wrote it to themselves and said somebody wrote it to them, attention whore type shit?
Yeah,
I mean, we all know racism is dead and shit. So,
I mean, Obama got elected, so
that's what I'm saying. I agree.
We need to shut
Gonzo, hold up, Gonzo, you just gonna put my thread first at the top of your list like that?
Yo, I mean, you're the main culprit.
I mean, I understand that, but
yeah, what thread are we talking about?
Oh man,
this guy calling out the mobs. You telling?
Everybody gotta go, man. I don't like it. I don't like it.
Wait, what happened?
Damn, run into the mods like that?
I come over here for conversation, man, not to read. I ain't trying to read news over here.
First Amendment, man. Come on now. Freedom of
What
speech.
happened?
Those are
What are the? We need some HL rules.
Yeah, I agree.
What are they?
Oh man.
Where the mods
Come
at?
on, y'all.
Who's the mod?
Yeah, you guys
Who's the
need to talk
mod?
to Luke Kang. Yeah, you guys. He's right up your alley, man. He's all about that.
What
We need
about
that,
the
man.
What thread are y'all talking about, and what happened?
Yeah.
I just posted it right now, actually.
Look for a thread called "Who are the mods in HL?"
All right.
Isn't it Liu Kang? Liu Kang's the mod.
Yeah, Liu Kang and I mean Barn Nunn and Brown Pride really aren't around anymore. I think they're all tied up with whatever.
No, they're actual mods. Luke Kane is a tyrannical mod. I mean, if you're looking to establish rules and, you know, some sort of dictatorship, he is the guy. I'm not surprised you guys are adding him at all. Like, that's the guy you want.
I think he gets the job done. I mean, he keeps
Dictators always get the job done. That is absolutely
You
true.
know, I've been thinking about that for the last 2 days. No, seriously, listen. Every country has to go through a period of having a dictatorship
That's
because
true.
because you got to establish order at some point. It's not just going to be, oh yeah, we got freedom, now we just going to automatically follow capitalism and shit. Nah, somebody got to crack down and make sure things run.
Oh yeah, there's always going to come a time in the existence of a great nation where someone has to do some fucked up shit. That's just a given.
So why do we always intervene? I mean, why can't we let Saddam do his thing? Why can't we let Fidel do his thing? Why we always gotta be all up in the way, man?
How do you know Cheney wasn't doing our fuck shit? How do you know that wasn't our fucked up shit that we had to do?
Huh?
Yeah.
So you saying Cheney was our dictator?
No,
Cheney was definitely our bad person, our evil person that we have every 100 years or so. And now and then you need that guy in office that's just going to say, yeah, we'll torture some people. You need that guy.
It's kind of like the Inquisition.
Damn, this guy laid out rules for posting. Damn, Gonzo.
Yo, I mean, I was going through the HL trying to find something new to post on, and there was just so many threads with zero replies.
Yeah.
So many fucking donut threads, and then I click and I open the thread, and it's just a fucking wall of text.
So why are you tagging me? My threads do numbers. I don't know.
Yo,
I
no,
don't
they
know if you
don't.
looked at the stats. I don't know if you looked at the scoreboard.
No, they don't, man. All these Cato fucking copy and paste motherfuckers you do.
The scoreboard. Hold
you
up.
got as many 1 stars as you got 5 stars.
I'll provide you with.
That's Evan,
Oh,
you
I don't do stars. I
You want to
definitely
explain
don't
the
do
Cato
stars.
posting? Like, you get paid to like fly around the internet.
Yo, he put you out there on. He put the list of threads that are offensive threads.
Put me up there first too, like.
You know why? Because I like to provide evidence from my arguments. So I mean, if I'm gonna say something, I gotta show you guys I gotta show you where you're wrong.
Yeah, but you're right though. When I post something, I usually don't post the whole article. I post a passage of article and I'll put my 2 lines after it, whatever.
I don't
But
even have a reason.
that's my little opinion. But you should have at least a link, at least
the link. I mean, no, but the thing for me really is that they all have 0 replies because one is a fucking wall of text and no one's gonna read that for no reason. And then 2 is if you don't add your input to get the conversation going, it's not gonna start.
Yeah, but so not everything's going to be conversation worthy. I still like people that post links because I can just read that news real quick and I may not reply, I may not. But that's something I found out for that day. You know what I mean? That's a better news source than like CNN or something.
I feel like if we're gonna be doing that.
Last thread I made's on page 3. Got four pages, 45 replies. I don't know what you're talking about, man. I don't know what you're talking about.
I mean, the exception, not the rule.
He's saying you post shit, man. You're a shit poster. That's what he's saying.
If we're going to be
We
posting
a
4
stat tracker
articles,
in here.
if we're going to be posting 4 articles, then we need to just come up with an article-only thread where you can post a full article and not add no input, just FYI type shit.
I mean, what was I supposed to say about mine? New York, NYPD arrest 42 at Baltimore protest. I mean,
What's the point of posting that if you don't got nothing to say about it?
I said sigh. I mean, what else can I say?
All right.
You see, I don't mind a post like that because I can read it real quick. I might not say anything about it, but that's like a reading a quick news article. You know what I'm saying? But it's just gonna fall if enough people posting and commenting on other stuff.
Well,
That's why I don't understand.
People are reading them though. You see the views. I mean, granted, those are actually accurate. I mean, like.
Well, I mean, you know how many times I click on a post, see the text and just click away because it's too much read. Just because you view it don't mean you read it.
This guy, fake views out here. Hitting refresh F5. Get my post views up.
Right, counting them up. We're gonna have some. We're gonna get some banners for those at the end of the year.
Nah, but really, what it is to me is just the fact that we don't have that many conversations going at one time. Like when you go to the other whatever forums or whatever you call them, they have more than one conversation going. Usually, we have one at a time.
Yeah,
And I think that might be one of the reasons why we don't cultivate conversations. We just post shit up and move on.
Man, what?
There's less posters lately too. I've noticed it the last like 4 months.
Nah, it's just because 88 flooding the thing. Are you 88?
Oh yeah, that's me.
You flooding this, so it seems like less people.
Oh, okay.
I do post in the root more than I do in higher learning lately, but I usually come in. I still do read most of the posts in the HL. But I mean, I don't know what's the sticky threads. It's all about this police shit. You know what I mean? So I mean, I don't know.
I mean, it seems like we have like the same thing going on in multiple forums for whatever reason.
I feel like part of the problem in higher learning is that there's not a lot of like debates that are like really authentic debates and stay as debates. It either like gets into something personal, or it gets into somebody trolling, or
somebody is banned. You know what I mean?
It's like a turn for, it's like you used to, I say my viewpoint, you say your viewpoint, you present the evidence, I present my evidence. Maybe some other folks weigh in, and you say what you got to say. You keep it respectable. But people, I don't know. It just I've been guilty of it too. I've gone back and forth with quite a few people, but it's like.
The other thing, late is like most of us have been posting together since like 2001 or 3. So
and y'all motherfuckers ain't smart enough yet. I don't know what the fuck I got to do. What the fuck do I got to do to show y'all the motherfucking light?
Nah, but you know what? It's a lot of when disagreements happen, people get accused of being trolls and this and that. I mean, like you can't call somebody a troll just because they disagree with you. I mean, it's a difference of opinions.
Troll gets thrown out way too much. I say a difference of opinion. Oh, stop trolling. I'm like, what the fuck, man? I'm not fucking trolling. This is what I really mean this. And people say,
especially in the root, man. You can't go to the root without getting called a cat or a troll.
Yeah, they're fucking OD in there. I just like read a couple threads, dap a few posts, and I'm out. I can't. Like they're worse than whatever the locker room is now. Like, it's just fuck.
Wow, you guys want posting rules? I just can't. When will
you know what? Actually, I was just looking at it. I think I agree with all of them, but the second one, you don't have to drop an opinion on it if you don't really want to. But it should definitely be a link, and it should definitely, if it's a long thing of text, definitely highlight the important shit, man, just for people's time. That would be more convenient. Now, should it be a rule? I don't know, but it would definitely be like a nice addition. It makes it easier to read.
Yeah. I mean, I think the link and post the full text if you can. I mean, a lot of times now, like one thing I always worry about because I post like tons of shit is like copyright stuff. So sometimes I just drop the link, but usually I post the full article and a link. Try to give a blurb. I mean, especially like contentious topics. Like if you don't say your point, you shouldn't be posting a thread almost. But
here's what I would do, or what I used to do in my other forums. I think that you would look at the topic or read the article yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Get the little points out of it that make your argument for you. Post that part and then post the link. I mean, a lot of times the article will have the counter argument already in there, but you don't want to post that because you want your side to be right.
No.
But I'm saying, but that's what starts the debate. and then you get it going, then you get the conversation going.
Man, where are these threads that aren't doing numbers? I don't see it, man. I do numbers in these streets.
Look, man, if you reorganize HL by replies, you're gonna see 20 pages of this year alone of zeros. It's sad.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. I don't know.
And some of the stuff is good. Look at this crime map and shit that I had up today. That's good information. You can find out whatever crime's going on in your neighborhood. Don't want to walk around and get burgled.
Oh, the Twism posted. I'm sure he had a alternative reason for posting that, but I'll just.
You think so?
Damn, I don't even post that much anymore. Crazy. I used to be OD with the threads.
I guess you got work to do nowadays.
Shit's fucked up.
Well, another thing that would help is if like more of us tried to post like link. I mean, try to post stories because I post a lot of foreign news and some of the guys post some science stuff, but a lot of people have backed off on posting threads like over the last year and a half.
No. I guess hope everybody is at attention now. Now that you called y'all out, y'all get better, man.
No, absolutely not, man.
Absolutely
not, man.
Because like America, higher learning is what we make it. Higher learning is what we make it, guys.
Raising the quality level of posting, man. I like your style, man. I like where you're going with it.
Yeah, make a thread. No more shit posting in higher learning.
Let it be known.
And tell Liu Kang to fucking ban him as many times.
You know what? But speaking of shitty posts or whatever, one thread did do great numbers this week, and I didn't even go into it really because by the time I saw it, it was already doing too many numbers, and I know by that time the conversation is way too deep. And I'm talking about the one about the morality of capitalism.
Oh, right.
I mean, what was going on in there?
A lot of bullshit.
Yeah.
Dad, you care to chime in on that one?
I mean, to me, I thought that thread was going to be like 2 pages tops. I thought it was going to be, grand opening, grand closing kind of thing. Is there anyone here who thinks you can apply morality to an economic system? All right.
Yes. No, I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say yes because the question you asked was, can we apply morality to a financial system?
You're right.
We can apply all morality to it.
Yeah, you're right. Is it inherent in capitalism?
It's not.
Okay. All right. Well, that was the basis of the thread.
But based on our own morality, though, capitalism can be immoral or amoral, whichever the word is.
I mean, capitalism can't exist without individuals, so I mean it is part of it. But
so basically, I mean, based on whatever our moral structure is, we can shape capitalism to be whatever we want it to be. I mean, it's not moral by itself. It's whatever we make it.
All right. Let me say what you just said. We can shape it. So it's not capitalism itself. It's no matter how we phrase it, it's us. It's the people involved. It's not capitalism itself.
Well, the thing is that it's not necessarily us anymore because we don't run it anymore. It's just corporations run those people. The corporations run it now, so they shape it.
All right. Well, corporations are individuals too. I mean, we're still talking about people.
Hey, Dad, you'll really enjoy this. So the balance for the morality of corporations is, of course, regulation, right?
What the fuck, man? Jesus.
I mean, let me tell you.
He wants to let the corporations run wild.
Yeah, I know he does.
Yo, but it's so true how without regulate the lack of regulation is what caused the financial crisis we just had. Like that can't be denied. That can't be denied.
That actually can be denied.
No, but okay, how can you deny it, Dad?
It's deeper than just the lack of regulation. It was the pro-regulation in favor of Wall Street and the bankers. Like they helped shape the laws. The lobbyists helped influence the policies and the laws that favored the whole economic crisis, like shaping up and taking place. So the regulations were working fine. It's just that not all of them, obviously, but The regulations aren't necessarily what was broken because they took that over too.
No, because what it was is that when they started creating these credit default swaps and all this stuff, that was all that wasn't regulated out. That wasn't out in the open. That was in the back rooms and shit. And the thing is that without that being in the open, they could trade that, leverage it however they wanted, put whatever crap they wanted in there, and no one would know. So if it was out in the open, if we had regulated that, so it would be visible to us, then they wouldn't have been able to sell that crap because nobody would have bought it.
But check it though.
And then on top of that, like you said, they were lobbying to repeal Glass-Steagall and to not pass any new laws and all this stuff, and all that shit hit the fan. That's
everything you just said is 1,000% accurate. Also, keep in mind that the reason that it was done in the dark and not in the light was because the lobbyists lobbied Congress to make it like that. They said we don't want to track it closely. We don't want to have this. We don't want to have this a particular area of the finance be tracked and regulated like these other sectors, and we don't want them to do it like that. They put the pressure on the politicians, and then they passed a law, and then it wasn't regulated. You know what I mean? So no matter how we slice it, it's always going to come back to this fundamental concept that they were basically writing. They were writing our legislation. The corporations were writing our legislation and still are.
Well, yeah. I mean, did you guys see the ALEC thread?
I saw that. That was a good little thing.
Well, of course, Napoleon thinks it's a great thing because some fucking ridiculous shit. But I mean, you've got politicians being given laws to put through legislature by corporations directly. I mean, it's fucking sick.
That's what we're supposed to be doing.
Yeah, I mean, that's what individuals, voters should be doing.
That's exactly what we should be doing.
And it's really frustrating. I mean, at the end of the day, money talks. I mean, you've got these. It's sick. This is like a educational nonprofit group who is bringing lawmakers, all over the fucking country to gather to put laws in front of them and then have them take home to their own constituents without their constituents even having any process in it, and then passing them. And it's like it's as sick as it can get.
They will continue to do everything they can to get away with everything they can. We have to operate under that assumption. That's why it's so dangerous, Dad, to just let the motherfuckers run wild. Because if we let them run wild, they're really gonna run wild, and it's gonna be the Wild West out here.
I think what we have now is much worse.
Why is that?
I actually don't think what we have now is much different than what we would have under those circumstances.
You've got to be joking, bro.
Nope.
If you make it all about the corporations and they are left to regulate themselves in a sense, you're gonna have the biggest corporations become like the biggest armies. Everybody's gonna have to like fucking fall in line. These people are crazy.
I don't think corporations get as big as they have now without government.
No, because even before with laissez-faire, way back in the days, I mean, there were monopolies. I mean, corporations were huge.
Yeah, I don't think they get as big as they do now. They don't have influence. There's nothing to influence without the state. Like where does all this power? What does this power do?
It makes them money.
That's interesting.
Okay, yeah. What does the power do though? Like, what can Walmart do to you without the state? If you choose to never set foot inside of a Walmart, what can they do to you?
They can influence laws that can.
Without the state.
Without this, it doesn't even make sense.
They can depress the economy.
Without the state, man, people are not civilized enough to like.
No, I'm asking you, what can the corporations do without government?
They can depress the economy. If you leave Walmart by itself, right? They're the biggest thing going, freaking monopoly. How can anybody else have their own business?
As they are now.
Mm-hmm.
They could depress the economy.
I know. I get.
As they are now, if we stop everything right now and let them do whatever they want, starting right now, they're gonna get to the point where they're gonna be so big, they're gonna just like shut the whole. They're already shutting towns down when they show up.
All right. How are they shutting towns down independent of the state?
Because they drive small businesses out of business. Is this like, have you never heard of this?
All right. By offering prices lower than they can compete with, how are they going to depress the economy and ruin everyone's life?
Because the businessmen and the tax base and all the people that the other small business employer driven out. I mean,
I see what both of y'all are saying. I see what both of y'all are saying, and I think that Dad, you're scaling it all the way down to one corporation and saying if we don't
Well,
want to deal with
okay,
this.
all right. What are all the corporations going to do? Like, what is this power? When we use the term power, to define this power, what
I
are they
think
going to
I, I
do?
think I think that corporations, and I know this for a fact, corporations will have no problem if they're not if they have the means and they have the resources, they will have no problem escalating into violence to get their objective done.
So
Corporations,
killing their consumers is how they're going to get rich.
it don't matter if they
That
might they
makes a
might
lot of sense, actually. That's business 101. If you kill your consumers, you can make more money.
you're taking it to the extreme. I'm talking
I'm
about
telling you, what are they going to do?
They talk about politicians.
they're gonna do whatever the fuck they want to do to get their objective done. That's what they're gonna do.
Like if
And,
Senator A doesn't,
there will be no one there except
What is
other
your-
corporations.
Their only objective is to make money, so that's what we're talking about here, just making money.
Right, but just like the government's most main objective is making money, sometimes they result to illegal means and violent means towards that end. And corporations are no different. In fact, corporations are running our government right now, and we are in a perpetual state of war just because of that reason. So if you're saying you take the government out of it, what's to stop corporations from like hiring their own private armies and going to war directly? Not even necessarily with other countries.
Now
Because
who's
that
going
would-
extreme? Wow. So you think
I'm
hold on.
on your level.
Now you
I'm
think
on
a
your level with it.
corporation? Yeah, we think a corporation would actually like let's use Walmart example. Or we could use Apple or Microsoft to go to war with China. You really think that's feasible?
I specifically said they would. They can't. They're not going to mess unless they came in together as a consolidation. They're not going to be
Okay,
organized
so
enough
that's
big
not
enough
even
to go-
feasible.
to
All
go-
right.
Right, but
So
here's
what are they
what I'm
gonna
saying.
do?
Dad,
Okay.
Dad, listen to what I'm saying. Hold on. Listen to what I'm saying. They would go and resort to any means, legal or illegal, to achieve their goals. We've seen this a number of times, and the only reason it is as moderate as it is right now, and it's still extreme in its moderate state, but the only reason it's a hint as moderate as it is right now is because there is some kind of government and public accountability, some level, very little. If there was
All right.
none, it would be the survival of the fittest, and that's not you and me, brother.
Dad, on any level, like, be honest, on any level, can you compete with a corporation? Politically, economically, I mean, anything.
Politics are the reason that you can't compete. Yes, you can. Why do you feel like you can't compete unless they have a monopoly over the infrastructure of the industry, like in ISP?
That's a reality. They do have.
Yeah, but it's not like that in
That's how
every
they get
industry.
their
You're
grants.
talking
That's how they
about
get their
2% of the market, maybe
Yeah,
2% of the market.
I mean, you don't have
If all the electric companies get together,
All the that never works. Human
But
nature never lets that work.
but it's happened before because it's happened in history.
Really, and it's
Yeah.
lasted.
Nothing lasts. But listen to my point.
But,
Except
but,
government, apparently.
but it didn't last because we broke it up. Just like we broke up the Bell South, all that. That's what we got. Verizon and AT&T. We broke them up.
What makes you there is no benevolence in a corporation. What makes you think they're going to give people they're running water? They're going to give people electricity. They're not going to bang you over the fucking head and drip everything from you.
Now you're back to killing people. They're not going to give them water. They're going to dehydrate you and kill you. You think
No,
killing the consumer is the goal?
it's not about killing them, but it's about getting what you want and using any means and end as an end to get there. And not only that, but trying to maximize your profit in the end. If you can pay $1, then maybe next year I'm trying to get $1.50. Then next year I'm trying to get $2, and there's nobody to tell me any different. And if I want to charge you for basic shit, if I want to start charging you for air, I'm gonna start doing that because there's nobody to stop me. There's nobody to stop me.
So what are they going to do if you're breathing and they're charging you for air and you don't pay?
And then not only that, if you try to cross me, if I do you wrong and you try to cross me, I can just fucking do whatever the fuck I want to do with no repercussions. What's the stop?
I have a question for you. What are we gonna do? Hold on. What are we gonna do?
Regulation with lawlessness. I think you guys are getting them.
Nah, but listen. Here's a more realistic example, right? Say we don't worry about corporations getting any bigger. We let CenturyLink or whoever's gonna merge with Time Warner, all these cable companies get together or whatever. Now they own broadband, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then
ISPs are definitely problematic. ISPs definitely are. No one's saying it's going to be perfect. Just for the record, I'm saying it's going to be better than what we have now.
No, it's not
Nah,
because
way worse, bro.
what we have now, it works a little bit in our favor. It stops them from consolidating all the power, right? All the power of controlling where we can what website we can go to, what channels we can watch, or whatever gas station we can go to. Like we have something that controls that. What telephone company we can use.
Let me assure you, power is most definitely consolidated now into the system we have, and they very much so control what you can and can't watch. Like all the things, all those freedoms you think you have do not exist.
I agree, but it would be worse without anything at all.
Way worse. We would be at their mercy. We would be
We
at
already
their.
are at their
We'd be at their mercy.
We already are at their mercy.
But it would be worse then.
It'd be way worse because at least now we have some kind of
No
level
one's
of
no one's been able
repercussion.
to say how it would be worse though. You guys
What do
be
you
very
mean?
vague. Like how would it be worse? You say it'd be much worse. Describe how it would be much worse.
They can control the prices. They can control everything.
They already control the prices. Like
But
you
if-
gotta
it
explain
would
how
do-
it's worse than it is now.
It would be every. And I put it like this: if you want to visualize it, it would be everything that's happening now, but times 100.
Hold on. You know what? You said they already control the price. That may be so. But for example, in the Northeast, from what I hear, I don't live there. There's a certain like time period when it gets really cold where they can't turn off your heat because it's fucking it's bad or whatever, you know, because it's really cold.
Yeah.
Now,
so-
if the government didn't make them not do that, they don't give a fuck. They'll turn that shit off. They don't care.
That's
You don't
one
pay them to
example.
turn it off.
And that's just one example. And that's with every single resource, that's with every single product, that's with every single service across the board.
I think actually more needs to be done to break them up and break the monopolies that there already are. I mean, living in the Northeast most of my life, I mean, you have dedicated areas for cable companies. You can't even choose between your cable company. You can't choose between your electric provider. You can't oftentimes choose between your cell phone provider even because there's no coverage. So what we need is there needs to be more options, not less. And I understand they're expensive, but I mean something's got to give. I mean they want to offshore everything. They want to do the Irish triple dip or whatever the fuck it's called. I mean, something's got to give for the general public. It can't be all about corporations. It has to be about the public as well.
All right, now here's the other side to that. Since obviously the overwhelming majority of people agree with you guys, you give government this power to control the market, and then you're wondering why companies are lobbying government and expecting them not to lobby government when government's in full control. Like it would be stupid not to lobby government. It would be stupid not to pay to have the legislation written in your favor.
That's correct. That's
The
correct.
corporations are doing like I said, the corporations are doing what they're supposed to do. They're greedy, corrupt, unscrupulous
It's not corrupt.
motherfuckers.
It's just good business.
They're doing
It's terrible business.
No,
It's
it's
terrible
Best
business
return
because it's
investment is lobbying
unsustainable.
government.
Because it's
No,
unsustainable.
it's extremely sustainable, actually. Lobbying government offers the best return on investment. Nothing comes close to it.
They're
Nothing.
doing what's best for their business. That's true. Now, the people, right, what we can do is lobby our senators as well to put in some new regulations, some new laws saying that the corporations can't lobby them anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what's going to have to happen.
Or we just need to start getting into writing legislation like the fucking corporations do.
Dad, is it good business if there's 4 people just on a podcast, who are complaining about it? I mean, this is the general public who feels this way.
That's what I said, and I was like, but you got to understand that when you give someone or something the power to choose winners and losers, the people in that game are going to turn to that person and attempt to gain their favor by any means necessary.
I mean,
But then all we have to do is take that part.
though.
All we have to do is take that part of the equation. Don't let them lobby you.
Now, come on now. Now
Or
that's
fuck it, let them lobby, but we still control the outcomes because we can still control the policies that we want to.
now neither of those are going to
Dad,
happen.
I think they have enough
Come on,
power.
man.
I mean,
Yes.
they're given grants, they're given all these tax abatements, they're given land, they're given all kinds of stuff in discounts.
Yo, the fucking government decides how all our shit is all our tax revenue, all that shit. They decide where the resources and where the money go. If we want to have a say in where that shit goes, we tell them where it goes through the legislation, just like the corporations do. The corporations are doing what we're supposed to be doing.
True.
That's pretty much it.
But they're gonna win because they got
Until
more
they
money.
take the money out of it, and until they get rid of, Citizens United again. I mean,
Taking the money out of it doesn't actually do anything.
Well-
There's ways around all of that. Like you guys are looking at the game so small. Like You can't stop lobbying. You can change it. You'll make it.
It doesn't matter. They can keep. You cannot expect a corporation in this current paradigm. You can't expect a corporation to act any different. I'm not expecting anything different from a corporation. They are gonna fucking be as evil and as manipulative and as exploitive as they want to be to get that bottom line profit up to 1,000.
You're expecting politicians to change.
That's their fucking job. That's their fucking job is to look out for the common good. Rule number 1, that's it. That's their only job. That's their only job.
And what evidence do you have that this change is even remotely possible? Politicians have been politicians since forever.
Just because here we are arguing with
humans
that
are good at human. I'm just saying humans are good at human, man. Humans are good at human.
That's not true. Just because it's always been like that to a certain degree doesn't mean it always has to be like that. If not, we'd be stuck in the same cycles over and over and over again. We can get out of that. If it's a choice, if it's a choice, then that's exactly what it is. It's a choice, and we can choose something different.
But it hasn't always been anything. I mean, political views in the past were different than now. Political policies were different. I mean, things change.
Because of the rich.
But no, some of it's because of the rich. Some of it's because poor and working class people get fed up. Some of it is because there's different
change occurs because of the wealthy. Violent revolutions occur because of the poor. Like that's just how it's been. You're saying we could do some new shit, unprecedented.
I guess it would be unprecedented. Yeah, I'm saying we could actually do what the fuck we're supposed to be doing, which is telling our politicians what we want for a society, which is how the fucking shit was written in the first place. If the politicians do not represent our interests, which is what their whole fucking job is, if the politicians do not represent our interests, we vote them out and we put somebody in that does represent our interests. That's where we're failing. The system is designed for us to succeed. We're not participating in it to the point where we're succeeding.
Anything part of our interest is making sure that we're not overcharged for certain services.
Say that again.
Part of our interest is making sure that we're not overcharged for certain services like internet access.
Absolutely.
Bro, to be honest with you, I think internet should be free. Why not just make it
too much? Calm down.
No, if it's free, then it can control what's out there. No
yeah, man, you eat too much, dog. Relax.
If it's free, what? If it's free, what?
I think you should control it.
I mean, the government already does approve basically what's on the internet. If there's something they don't like, or if there's something that there's illegal, they're going to find it and take it offline. I mean, that's how it is. Google does the same thing. If Google finds something appropriate or illegal, they're going to take it offline. That's what the ISPs do. Government does the same thing on another level.
I think a lot of basic shit, especially shit that significantly improves quality of life, should be available for every human being, just because it's the right thing to do, and we have that capacity. We have the capacity for everybody to be living a better life without worsening someone else's life. You know what I mean? Like we can have everybody living good without people living bad, and we should strive to do that.
I know, all brought to us by our savior, capitalism.
Regulation.
God bless capitalism.
You convinced me, man. You're right, dog. I mean, free dollar for everybody.
I think there should be. I forget exactly what it's called, but I think there should be some level of
Can we feed the poor first, though? You know what I mean?
I'm gonna take you all the way. To be perfectly honest with you, I think food, water, shelter, and medicine should be provided to people free of cost. Like straight up. Because I'm telling you that because one, we can do it without harming anyone's quality of life. Everybody will still be fine. Not only that, when we make people pay, when you have people dying of starvation and dying of dehydration and dying because they can't get good medicine, what you're essentially saying is that these medicines and this food is more valuable than a human life, which is absolutely incorrect. There's nothing more valuable than the human life is the standard. It is the thing that we're trying to protect. You know what I mean? So it's like if there's anything that's going to put that in danger, that has to be taken care of off the bat, and we can do that because we have the capacity to do that with little to no effort.
Do you mean we, the United States?
Is not a thing.
Say it again?
So you're saying scarcity is not a thing?
Hell no, man. People are dying. People are dying of dehydration. Motherfucker, I can go in my kitchen right now and run my faucet 24 hours a day, and if I can pay for it. Just the same thing with the food. People dying of starvation.
Hold on, let me stop you.
They are paying
Stop you.
farmers
I'm in
not to
California,
farm.
and I can tell you I cannot run my water 24 hours a day. And now we're having a water problem here in my state right now.
Well, I mean, that's unfortunate, but I bet you're not. I bet you're not even close to dying of dehydration.
That's true. That's true.
And motherfuckers gotta some places motherfuckers walking miles for dirty water.
Are you
Walking
talking about America, kid?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking global.
But in your soliloquy there about everybody being provided food and shelter and water, were you talking about America for that, or for everybody, the whole world?
Worldwide.
Nah, you tripping, dog.
Why am I tripping? Why is that such a crazy concept?
Because I mean, somebody got to do something, dog. You got to do for yourself. Say for instance, there were no political system. You still have to build your own hut. You still got to do all your own stuff. You got to do your. I mean,
what does that have to do with what I'm saying though?
You say have somebody give it to you.
But we have the ability, so why not?
Nah, because take care of yourself, man. Ain't nobody here to take care of you.
You can. So hold up. So if somebody doesn't have the money to pay for food, in your opinion, they should die. If they don't have the money to pay for food, or they don't have the money to pay for water,
There's Salvation Armies and stuff like that.
Exactly.
Oh, so I guess nobody dies from being homeless. I guess nobody dies from starvation in the United States. I guess homeless people don't die every day. I guess that's not happening. I'm bugging.
People die every day.
People want to die, man. You can't prevent every death, man.
Actually,
you guys want some utopia. There's no.
People die every day, B.
But we can prevent a lot of it. We can prevent a lot of it. Just answer the question: Is a human life more valuable than food?
You know what? Also, dog, I'm gonna do the extreme opposite of you. I'm gonna say that we give people too much food. Too many people die from hypertension, being fat and nasty and shit, all fucked up in the arteries than starvation.
That's mostly a problem in the U.S., and that's because our food supply has been compromised, which is really not a part of the argument of what I'm talking about. I'm talking about there's an abundance of food on this planet. There are 1 million grocery stores in this country that have 100 tons of food on their shelves collectively, and yet you got motherfuckers starving. You have abandoned buildings, and you got motherfuckers that's homeless. You got motherfuckers that's running water 24 hours a day, and motherfuckers that's got to walk 3 miles. Do you not see the problem with that? And this is not some fake shit. People are dying because of this. Imagine your quality of life if you had to walk 3 miles for fucking water just to take a shower in, or water just to cook food for your family in. Imagine if you had to do that. Is that fucking fair?
You know what I would do in that situation? Also, I would move next to the river.
Hey, how about you move 2.5 miles so you only have to walk half a mile?
Exactly.
I mean, that motherfucker's laughing, but I'm telling you, this is the future. Trust me, this is the future. When we get out of this fucking animalistic way of thinking and really get into being our best selves, this is what society is going to look like. Because it's common sense. It's common fucking sense.
It's communism. Anywho, man. We done for the week?
Yeah, we done.
I see y'all boys.
Later.
Don't think you're escaping, Dad. I'm coming back for you on this. I'm coming back for you on this.
We're gonna make regulation a topic too.
Yes, let's. All right.